America didn't lose its scientific edge overnight. It's being dismantled in plain sight. Zoe Lofgren delivers a blistering warning about how political decisions are gutting U.S. science and handing the future to China.
Thank you, Chairman Babin. And now I recognize the ranking member of the full committee for a statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Before making my statement, I would like to welcome back to the committee Representative Don Beyer, who was appointed by the Democratic caucus to our remaining vacancy yesterday. He has been a terrific member of the committee in the past, and we welcome him back. I continue to hope that research security will remain a bipartisan and productive topic for this committee. We have an impressive legacy of legislation as well as oversight on research security. For years, on both sides of the aisle, we have maintained a deep understanding of and respect for the spirit of openness that animates fundamental research. Republicans and Democrats alike have taken threats to research security seriously, while understanding that in order to be the world leader in science and discovery, we must welcome international collaboration. So I don't minimize the importance of this topic. Nevertheless, I wonder why we're holding a second hearing on research security when there's no evidence that the Trump administration has implemented anything of substance on research security this year. Quite the contrary, President Trump has taken many actions that are damaging the very research policies these were designed to protect. As Ranking Member Sykes outlined many of these destructive actions, I'll speak to what we are at risk of losing. For years now, Democrats and Republicans celebrated the fact that the United States was the chosen home of world-class talent. We took pride in the fact that nearly 80% of foreign-born STEM PhD recipients chose to remain in the United States. Since 2000, about 40% of all Nobel laureates coming from America have been foreign-born, Americans by choice. An analysis from the National Foundation for American Policy found that more than half of startups valued at $1 billion or more here in the United States were started by immigrants. Now, what happens if we block or discourage foreign-born STEM talent from opportunities in the United States? Here's the answer. They'll take their know-how and entrepreneurial spirit to other countries, allies and adversaries alike. Welcoming international talent is important to advance the economic and national security of the United States. In our first hearing this session, we heard testimony from former Republican Congresswoman and former Secretary of the Air Force, Heather Wilson. She told us that the People's Republic of China is vastly overtaking the United States in several areas of emerging technologies. According to the Australian Strategic Policy Institute studies that Representative Wilson cited, China now leads in 66 of 74 emerging technologies. In the years prior to this administration, U.S. federal research funding was already stagnant at best, despite multiple reports citing China's growing advantages. We're now in the worst of times, with the Trump administration politicizing grant-making, dismantling our federal science agencies, and undermining confidence in the U.S. as a trusted partner. This isn't how you compete with China. This is how you surrender. This is not how you make America healthier. It's how you needlessly send children to the hospital with measles, pertussis, and other diseases entirely preventable with vaccines. This is not how you make America great. It's how you undermine our resilience to natural disasters, epidemics, and all manner of risks to our national security and societal well-being. And this is not how you build a scientific ecosystem that produces research worth protecting in the first place. It's how you atrophy our excellence to the point of no return. The Trump administration is responsible for implementing these disastrous policies, but Congress is complicit in its failure to exert forceful, bipartisan oversight and legislation to stop the bleeding. I support the bipartisan work that the Science Committee has done to bolster research security, and I applaud the valuable work that each of the witnesses has performed to further those goals. However, I fear that unless both Republicans and Democrats stand against the destruction of our scientific enterprise, we are ceding our leadership to China in ways that no research security policies can prevent. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
This wasn't a partisan jab. It was a reality check. Zoe Lofgren lays out the consequences with receipts, stalled research funding, talent fleeing the U.S., and federal science agencies weakened from the inside. Her message is stark and unforgettable. You don't beat global competitors by sabotaging your own scientists. You lose by doing exactly that.